Hare Krishna, Namaste, Chapter 18, which is entitled as Sannyasa Yoga. Sloka 20, Part 2. Sarva bhuteshu yenaikam bhavam avyayamikshate avibhaktam vibhakteshu tajñānaṁ vidhi sāttvikaṁ. We are in the section where Krishna is going to explain about sāttvika jnānaṁ. Before understanding what is sāttvika jnānaṁ, we are learning what is jnānaṁ, knowledge. In the previous session, we learned that jnānaṁ is a dātavyam. Dātavyam means a substance. A substance means that which goes through different states. As per Vedanta, there are 6 dātavyams: prakriti, kāle, ātma, nitya vibhuti, jnānaṁ and paramatma. Because jnānaṁ goes through expansions and contraction, it is a dātavyam. And also we learned this dātavyam called jnana has various names. And this jnanam cannot exist by itself. It depends on something. Atma possesses jnanam. And Atma is made of material called jnanam. So let's not get confused here. There are 2 jnanam. One is by which the Atma itself made of, and another one is where Atma possesses. Just as a pot is made of mud, jewels are made of gold, and cloths are made of cotton, similarly the Atma is made of a material that is called jnanam. That is why it is said Atma is jnanamaya. What we are discussing here in these sections are not something as a new concept. This is supported in Vedanta. This is also supported by the Acharyas. Only it differs in the way that Acharyas terms them. For example, Baladev Vidyabhushan, he phrases the jnana, which is the Atma made of, as dharmabhuta jnana, whereas Sripad Ramanujacharya refers the jnana which cognizes the external object as dharmabhuta jnana, and the knowledge which is Atma made of as dharmi jnana. And this is also the difference between the Atma and jnana. Atma located in one place, in the core of our heart. From there, it is completely conscious of what's happening throughout its body, and also the things that exist outside the body, the external objects. That happens through this jnana, or we very familiarly call that as consciousness. One more time, the Atma which is of jnana maya, full of jnana, possesses jnana, and it's situated in one place. That which the Atma possesses, jnana, travels throughout. It spreads throughout the body. One big difference between Atma and jnana is Atma is anu, is minute, whereas jnana that Atma possesses is vibhu. It is not minute. It is immeasurable. It's big. Other difference are Atma can only cognize itself, whereas the jnana of Atma can cognize all the external objects. The Vishaya, the subject matter for Atma, is its Atma alone, whereas the Vishaya for jnana is everything that are external. Atma is located in one place, whereas jnana is not, it spreads. Atma can cognize only itself, whereas jnana can cognize everything that are external. Atma Vishaya is only its own Atma, whereas for Jnana it is everything that are external. And Atma does not go through Vikaram. Vikaram means changes. Its forms doesn't change. Whereas the Jnana as Vikaram changes. When we are sleeping, the consciousness is locked within us. When we are awake, the same consciousness spreads out. It spreads out through our senses, eyes, nose, ears, mouth, skins, to reach out the external objects. When I have a book in front of me, it is not the Atma which is situated in my heart travels to the book to cognize it is book. The Atma is always situated within the core of the heart, but the Jnana, the consciousness of the Atma, travels out through the senses, in this case through eyes, to the book. By the Jnana connecting with the external object, the Atma cognizes the respective object. Easy way of understanding this is the Jnana like a snake, where the snake can coil itself or it can expand. When the senses are shut down, it is coiled, it contrasts. When the senses are awakened, opened, then the Jnana expands. The only difference of the analogy that we gave here, comparing snake with Jnana, is the snake can expand only to some extent. It cannot expand to 10 meters, 20 meters, 50 meters, because it is limited. But in case of Jnana, it has the power to extend unlimitedly. If my Jnana can extend unlimitedly, why don't I know everything then? Everything that's happening everywhere in the world. Why I have to learn what's happening through some media, through some newspaper? We can understand why so with an example. A lamp, a ghee lamp, when it is covered by a basket, its prabha, the effulgence, only stays within that basket. When the basket is removed, the effulgence of the lamp, which is known as prabha, spreads to the walls in that room. If the walls are removed, the prabha can further spread depending on the size of the lamp. Now, with that example, let's see in our case. The Jnana travels through the senses, and our senses are limited. We often hear that. The sense of seeing that we have can only see to some distance. The sense of hearing that we have can only hear within certain distance. Therefore, the Jnana that we have, which travels through our limited senses, can only have limited access. But like how the basket is removed and the prabha spreads, when our senses are removed, bodies are gone, then our Jnana doesn't have any limitation. It can spread. That doesn't mean anyone who dies will be able to have the Jnana spread all over. They are also limited. Then what defines, how do we understand that Jnana is unlimited and it can spread everywhere? In our liberated state, our Jnana can spread everywhere. That is, when we attain the spiritual world, then our Jnana has no limitation. Our consciousness spreads unlimitedly. But that is not the case right now because of our pāpa karma and punya karma. due to which we have to have this body and senses. And our body and senses has limitation. That limitation is also based on our karma. As we see, some people can see nicely certain distance, some people cannot. Some people can smell things perfectly, whereas some people cannot. This is all because of the limitation in our senses, and the limitation of the senses is caused because of our karmas. Therefore, our jnana, the consciousness, in this condition is also limited and restricted. If we are born as a rock, our consciousness is totally restricted, locked down. If we are born as a plant, then our consciousness is little extended. If we are an pakshi, a bird, or an pashu, animal, then our consciousness is further extended than the plants. If we are taken a body as a human, then obviously our knowledge is furthermore extended compared to the lower species. Say a Atma, due to his previous karma, takes a body as a dog, and then next, due to his karma, he born as a Indra. The jnana of the dog is not same as jnana of Indra. What I meant by that is, jnana is same. Not to say that jnana of that Atma has been replaced by another jnana. What we are trying to say is, the jnana in the body of dog is restricted, whereas that same Atma which took the body of Indra, its jnana is the same jnana even before and now, but it is not as restricted as it was before. The message here is that the jnana is always present with the Atma, but the capacity of that jnana is based on the body that it receives and also based on one's karma. Another question is, how do I know I have this jnana, consciousness? It's pretty simple. I cognize this book. This is a statement. When I say this, it is obvious that I cognize something which is external or all different. I, book, cognizes. So therefore, I, through my jnana, consciousness, able to cognize this book. And this is also confirmed in the scriptures. In Kathopanishad, it is said, Nityo Nityanam Chetanas Chetananam Eko Bahunam Yo Vidadhati Kaman. The eternal Lord, who is knowledgeable to the eternal and knowledgeable Jivatma, fulfills their desires. So we can see here, the Lord as well as the Jivatma are knowledgeable entities. Chetanas, they possess knowledge. Now let's learn a couple of new terms. Dharmam and dharmi. Gunam and guni. One who possesses an attributes, qualities, or certain activities are referred by dharmi or guni. And those activities or those attributes or those substance are referred as gunam or dharmam. Sweetness is the dharmam of sugar. Tejas is the dharmam of fire. Taste is the dharmam of water. So, the attribute, substances, activities which depends on something are called as dharmam, and that which supports those dependents are referred as dharmi. Atma is jnana, jnanamaya, that is full of consciousness, and the jnana which the Atma possesses is also full of consciousness which depends on the Atma. In this case, Atma is dharmi and the jnana that it possesses is dharma. This is exactly the reason why this religion is called as Sanatana Dharma. Sanatana means eternal, Dharma means knowledge, eternal knowledge. What are considered to be eternal knowledge? Knowledge about the self and supreme self, that is Jivatma and Paramatma. Knowledge that is common to all humans, irrespective of one's gender, color, nation, caste, it could be anything. Knowledge about the subtler things, not the gross things. And knowledge about things that cannot be perceived by our own senses. Such knowledge is called eternal knowledge, Sanatana Dharma. What we have learned today about jnana is it is Vibhu. Atma is Anu. Number 2, the Vishaya, the subject matter for jnana is the external objects, whereas the subject matter for Atma is itself. Number 3, Atma doesn't go through vikaram, changes, but the jnana goes through changes. It can expand or it can contrast. Atma can cognize itself, but the jnana doesn't cognize itself. This we learned in the previous session as well. That jnana is parak, whereas Atma is pratyak. And also we learnt about what is dharmam and what is dharmi in this context. This consciousness, the jnana, is dharmam for the dharmi, the one who possesses this knowledge, that is Atma. In our next session, we'll learn more of how this jnana functions. Thank you. Namaste. Hare Krishna.